Hello, I'm Dave Kassler, amateur radio call sign KE0OG, and the author of the Ask Dave column in QST. Today we're going to expand a little bit upon the August 2022 edition of that column. In that column we talk about novice privileges on HF. The old novice license isn't heard from much more, but there are an amazing number of novice licensees out there who keep renewing their license. Otherwise they would have expired a long time ago. So they renew it for some reason, and it must be to be able to use the novice privileges. Well, I'd like to go through the chart I used for that particular column and just generalize a little bit more on how to read that particular chart. The chart is available by going to the address that you see on this page at the ARRL, and we will now look at the chart. This chart I prefer in its vertical format. You can get it in a horizontal format too, but this is very easy to read, and you read across on this chart. And it's color-coded up here what emissions are acceptable. By emission, I mean something like RTTY, data, phone, image, and so on. This is CW only, where it's like that. Single sideband phone only. USB, that's upper sideband phone, RTTY data, and CW. And here's RTTY and data, and phone and image. So on this band here, this is a low frequency band here, 2200 meters. That's 135 kilohertz. Extra, advanced, and general may use these with only 1 watt effective radiated power. It's from 135.7. Note that's kilohertz, not megahertz. It's very, very low, up to 137.8. Okay, that's not even wide enough for voice. So we use RTTY data, phone, and image. You can try putting some digital voice in there if you want, but use very little bandwidth. Here, 5 watt EIRP, except in Alaska. If you're within 496 miles of Russia, only 1 watt. But 472 kilohertz to 479 kilohertz. This is near to where the old shipboard distress frequency of 500 kilohertz was. Now this is just a little bit lower in frequency than that, and this is a medium frequency. So is this. On the other side, between these two, is the AM broadcast band. 160 meters, 1.8 megahertz, that's for extra, advanced, and general, 1.8 to 2.0. Now, this requires an antenna that's quite big, or else you're going to be severely compromised in your operating. These are the bands down here that are a lot more well known. On high frequency bands now we've got 80 meters, and it reads from 3.5 to 4 megahertz. And we see we have the little novice and tech section down here, and it goes from 3.25 to 3.6. Now note that FT8 is in here, but FT8 is not available to novice and tech. That's only CW for those right there. So there's reason enough to update to general. The amateur extra have this little piece right here, and then there's this little piece right here that's advanced only. So from a practical point of view, 3.6 to 3.8 is your extra band, 3.8 to 4 is general band. So that's another reason to upgrade. You can't upgrade to advanced anymore. It doesn't exist, although those who have their license are grandfathered in. Okay, here's 60 meters, and we have 5 distinct frequencies to operate on. Now, the frequencies are specified by their center frequency. Down here on the bottom, you will see what an amateur radio will actually tune to get that, okay? Now, here's 40 meters. Very common, highly used band. The first 25 kilohertz are amateur extra only, and then novice and tech can use from 7025 to 7125. Okay, and then the extra and advanced, and then the general in there too. Note there's the gap. Now, if you're in outside region 2, which is an ITU region, then you'll find that that's much, you've got slightly different privileges there. 30 meters is known as a CW only band. However, you can also use RTTY and data. Note that it is extra, amateur, general only. 20 meters is also extra, amateur, and general only, with a tiny slice for the extra, but it might, since no more advanced licenses are given out, the extra uses that, and then you've got the general down there, and of course the extra and amateur. The extra has all privileges. 17 meters, again, we have this CW and data down here. We have extra, amateur, general. 15 meters does have a little part here for technicians and novices, Morse code only, and note limited to 200 watts here. Okay, I've pointed out the 200 watt also up here in the 200 watt on that. So 12 meters is starting to become active with the new sunspot cycle. 10 meters, there is a spot right here where novice and tech can do single sideband, and you can also do CW and data, including FT8 right in here, okay, as a novice and a tech. Note that although there is an FM portion of this band, it's not anywhere that the novice or tech can get to it, okay? Now, VHF, the technicians have all frequencies, so you've got 6 meters, 2 meters. Now, on 1.25 meters, the novice can also operate here with 25 watts, okay? And then as you go up ultra high frequency into here and 23 centimeters where we're getting into microwave, there's a little novice portion right here. Now, there are further amateur bands, and they're listed down here, where we have all licensed except novices are authorized all modes on the following frequencies. And look how far it goes, anything above 275 gigahertz. And that's up in definitely the microwave region, millimeter wave, and you can also have some fun up here with light and things like that. Light, that's the standard rainbow, are amateur radio frequencies. So there you have it, just a little bit of an extra view of what the privileges are for ham radio. And again, you can get that chart at the ARRL site as shown below. Until we next meet to discuss the September issue, I hope that this little expansion on the August issue is useful to you. So, until we next meet, 73.